explain why.
Iliac crust.
What is more than? I tell guys.
We have anterior superior iliac spine, anterior inferior iliac spine, coming around the back, posterior superior iliac spine, posterior inferior iliac spine. We have your iliac fossa, this whole surface here, where it articulates with the help me out. Sacrum is your auricular surface. It would be in there, in between. Your greater sciatic notch. And then we have your ischial tuberosity, ischial spine,
and why would you use one as opposed to the other? What's the difference?
Ischial ramus,
Why are they, things like that.
superior pubic ramus, inferior pubic ramus,
I think I don't think
your pubic crust,
it's pretty straightforward.
acetabulum,
He's great on lectures, isn't he?
obturator foramen.
Very, very interesting.
Am I missing anything? I think that's it. Do you want me to
Greater
go over
pelvis,
to?
rest of pelvis, and let out.
Do you want to do that one? You're more familiar with that.
Greater pelvis or false pelvis. Pelvic inlet. Inside is the true pelvis or lesser pelvis. And pubic outlet. Pelvic outlet.
Pelvic outlet.
Cut.
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 Yeah.
So this is the tibia, this whole bone. You've got your medial condyle, lateral condyle, intercondylar eminence, tibial tuberosity, anterior crest or anterior margin, and finally your medial malleolus. This would be it. Going to your fibula, you've got the head and your lateral malleolus right here. Do you have feet? Yeah? Should we go over to feet too? Calcaneus, calcaneus, talus. You've got your navicular, cuboid, medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, lateral cuneiform. And then for your metatarsals, starting here would be 1. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
This one up here, number 2, was
for your phalanges. For the toe, you've only got proximal and distal. For the rest, you've got proximal, middle, and distal. And same goes for these two. And that's it.
Cut.
Cut. Medial, lateral, and superior border up here. Superior border. Those are your 3 borders. You've got your inferior angle, superior angle. You've got the spine here. Spine. The acromion process, coracoid process, subscapular fossa, which would be in there, right behind the ribs. Subscapular fossa, supraspinous fossa, infraspinous fossa, and finally your glenoid cavity, where it articulates with the humerus. And that's it. For the humerus, you've got the head. Your greater, lesser tubercles.
Which one's the greater?
This is the greater, lesser tubercle. You've got your intertubercular groove, your anatomical neck, surgical neck, you've got, where's it in my coronoid fossa? Hold on, sorry. Let's start with this capitulum, your trochlea, the rest of it's trochlea, your coronoid fossa, right behind, olecranon fossa, and medial and lateral epicondyles. This would be your medial, lateral epicondyle. And your deltoid tuberosity. Correct?
It's more middle.
It's where it's... Can't really see where it sticks out, but...
Yeah. That works.
Deltoid, this general area. Tuberosity. Deltoid tuberosity. Okay. Let's go over the radius and your ulna. This is your ulna. This is your radius, the lateral part. For the ulna, you've got olecranon process, which is back here. Olecranon process. And then your coronoid process. In between, that notch in there, where it articulates with the humerus, would be your trochlear notch. And then where it articulates with the radius, that's your radial notch in between. You've got down here, styloid process, and then just right above it is the head. Okay. Radius, you've got your head, neck, your radial tuberosity, styloid process, and this is your ulnar notch. Ulnar notch right here. Okay. Carpus. Scaphoid. Right here, scaphoid. Lunate. Triquetral, triangular. Pisiform. Got your trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate. And for the metatarsals, starting here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth metatarsal. Phalanges, again with the thumb you've only got the proximal and the distal, but the rest you've got proximal, middle, distal phalanges. Okay.
Take like a good shot of like the whole thing.
Okay. Femur.
Oh, 1 second. It's gonna take like a good shot of like all of the.
Okay.
Sure.
Femur. You've got your head. Greater and lesser trochanters. Greater, lesser trochanter. You've got your right back here. This line right here is the linea aspera. You've got your gluteal tuberosity. Medial, lateral epicondyles. Medial, lateral condyle. And intercondylar notch or fossa. That's it for that. For the patella, you've got your base and apex. Moving on to the tibia and the fibula. These are your medial and lateral condyles for your tibia. Right in between them would be your intercondylar eminence. This is your tibial tuberosity. Anterior margin or anterior crest. And finally, you've got your medial malleolus. For the fibula, you've got your head and right here is your lateral malleolus. For your tarsals, calcaneus, your talus, right here, talus.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest one that you're going to have.
You've got
Some
your
other ones are easy, but yeah,
navicular,
memorization.
navicular, cuboid,
That's okay.
medial cuneiform, intermediate
I
cuneiform,
wasn't sure
and lateral cuneiform.
which way you have to face.
For your metatarsals, starting from here, would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the same thing here, you've got only proximal and distal phalanges. And for the rest would be proximal, middle, distal. That's it.
Okay. We have the supraorbital margin,
Yoda, are you? You are?
I am, yes.
orbital plate inside,
Well.
skull. We have parietal bone. We have the temporal bone. We have the squamous portion, this flat area. And in that temporal bone, we have the squamous, the petrous portion. Within the temporal bone, we also have the mastoid process, this bony area, and the styloid process. We have a zygomatic process, too, and an external auditory canal. We have a mandibular fossa in this area, and we have an internal acoustic meters right over here.
Actually, I saw that
And a
on the model for the second.
carotid canal.
So
The occipital bone in this back area. We have the occipital condyle. We have the foramen magnum.
This is the occipital condyle. That's the protuberance.
Oh shit, that's right, I'm sorry. So within the occipital bone we have the foramen magnum.
Which is the same as the other one.
And we have the occipital condyle. And we have an external occipital protuberance. This, the
I guess in this sense.
sphenoid bone is right over this area. We have the foramen ovale, and we have the foramen rotundum. Look at this right here.
Which one? Which one is it?
This one right here. You can't really see it.
That's Spinoza, right? That's rotundum.
Rotundum is right here. Ovale. No. Lacrimal ovale spinosum.
rotundum is the one on top.
Yeah. So we have lacrimal, ovale, spinosum. We have the optical canal and the rotundum foramen.
Optical canal is like right here.
Want to go back?
I can't, I don't know how.
Oh shit. Sorry. So this is the optical canal right here. And the rotundum foramen. Pause. Pause it.
Okay. This is the supraorbital margin. Right here. Frontal sinus we can see. Orbital plate is up here inside of the eye socket. Temporal bone. Squamous portion is this flat part. Petrous portion is on the inside. Over here. Mastoid process is this part. This bump. Styloid process is this one. Stylomastoid foramen is over here between styloid and mastoid. Zygomatic process is of the temporal bone is about halfway right here. External auditory meatus is the ear hole. Mandibular fossa is over here. Internal acoustic meatus is on the inside. Over here. And carotid canal. We can't see right. We can't see carotid canal. The occipital bone. Occipital condyles are these two right here. Foramen magnum, big one. Hypoglossal canal is over here. External occipital protuberance is this bump right here. Sphenoid bone on the inside. Foramen rotundum is over here and over here. Foramen ovale is over here and over here. Foramen spinosum is over here and over here. Next to the ovale. The body of the sphenoid bone. Well, we can't see it, it's on the other side. Greater wings is this part and this part. Lesser wings is superior to the greater wings. Turk's saddle is this part right here. Sphenoid sinus we can see.
This is like
Pterygoid process. I don't know where that one's at. Just look that one up. Optic foramen is right here.
yeah,
right here.
Those would be like out here. You can't see them in this section.
Ethmoid bone. We'll come back to that one later.
That's oriented.
Is this it?
Facial bones.
That's posterior.
That's posterior.
Maxillary bones.
That doesn't make sense.
Alveolar process is this part where the teeth meet the maxillary.
Yeah, that's how it's oriented.
Maxillary sinus we cannot see.
I don't see it.
Palatine process or palatine bone is somewhere right here. Maybe this one. This palatine bone. Lacrimal bones. We can't see lacrimal. Zygomatic bone.
Solid testicle.
This one.
Optic canal. And then this is
Palatine bones again. This one. Inferior nasal concha is this one. And this one. Mandible.
What's the bottom?
Okay. On the mandible, the body is right here. Ramus, this part. Condyle is this part.
False greater pelvis.
Alveolar margin is again where the teeth meet the mandible.
I'm sorry.
Mental foramen is this one right here.
It's the angle that determines whether the male
Chronoid process
Oh, so that
is this and this. Angle is this curve right here. And mandibular notch is this.
I believe you're right.
And that's the
you get it wrong, it's the
skull. And
So starting off with these are the circumferential lamellae on the outside. In between diversion systems would be your interstitial lamellae. Even these right here, where it's not a complete circle. In between, in diversion systems themselves are the concentric, there you go, concentric lamellae. Canals, you got your central canals right through there. Perforating canals,
Also known as
Volkmann's canals. I think the central canals are called something. Conversion canal also?
central canal.
Just central canals. Okay. You've got osteocytes and their lacuna. I guess the little lines sticking out of them are canaliculi. You've got your periosteum. And this is dense, irregular connective tissue. What else? Endosteum. That would be the blue area lining this
spongy bone.
You got your trabeculae. What else? I guess the bone marrows would be in there, in your cancellous cavity. Is that it? That's about it. Okay.